fairy
We all
tales
believe in
and
fairy
happy
tales
endings,
and happy endings.
but for wrongdoers and serial cheaters like Kevin Hunter,
there will be no
there's
such thing.
no such
The
ending
man
in
has
sight.
finally gotten what he
It
deserves.
seems he's
aka
finally
nothing.
getting
And
exactly
this
what he
time,
deserves.
It's official.
Nothing.
It seems like
And
no
this
one,
time,
including the
it's
judge,
official.
believes in his
Apparently,
tale of woe.
no
The
one,
media has published
not
a
even the
report stating
judge,
that Hunter's petition
is
to a
buying
judge
his
to resume
story
alimony
of
payments has
hardship.
been denied.
Reports
Well,
reveal that
Kevin is
Hunter's request to resume alimony payments has been denied. Well, Kevin,
that Wendy
it
was
looks
not
like
planning to dance
justice
to their
has hit
tune.
you hard.
In show business
Hello,
and always
everyone,
bring you the hottest
and
updates.
welcome back to
And if you
Celeb
were waiting
Live
for
channel.
some good news in Wendy
We keep a
Williams and
close
Kevin
watch
Hunter's
on
battle
the
over
most
money,
interesting
let us serve it
happenings
to
in
you
show
straight
business
away.
and
The sources
always bring
revealed
you the
earlier this
hottest
morning that the
updates.
judge denied
If you've been
Kevin's
waiting for
demand
good
to resume
news in
alimony
Wendy
payments.
Williams and
Apparently,
Kevin
Kevin's
Hunter's
sob story
financial
about being
battle,
homeless
here
is
it
about to
is.
turn into reality.
Sources
But let's
revealed
not
earlier
rush to
today that
conclusions
the
so
judge
quickly.
rejected
Follow our
Kevin's
story
demand
and make sure to
to
stay
restart
until the
alimony
end of this
payments.
video to get
His
all the
claim
details.
of being
We
broke
couldn't
and
be happier to
possibly
open the press
homeless
today and see the
may
headline that
soon
Kevin
become a
Hunter was
reality.
officially left
But
high and dry.
let's not jump
The
to
U.S. tablet hear the
conclusions just
triumphant
yet.
sounds of
Stay
justice
with
being
us until
served
the end
because
for
we sure do.
all the
Everyone felt
details.
from the very beginning.
We couldn't be
But
happier to
even a
see
financial
today's
advisor
headline.
didn't let the documents
Kevin
obtained by
Hunter
the
has
media.
officially
Kevin
been
won't be
left
getting
with
a single
nothing.
dime from
The
Wendy
U.S.
or her
tabloid
financial
The Sun
guardian.
reported
The
that a judge denied his
Kevin's
request
demand to
for
resume
Wendy
alimony
to
payments.
continue
Apparently,
alimony
Kevin's
payments
decision
after
so
he
quickly.
admitted he
Follow
was
our
broke.
story and make sure to
According
stay
to court
until the end of
documents,
this video
Kevin
to
won't
get
be
all the
receiving
details.
any
We
money
couldn't
from
be happier
Wendy
to open
or
the press
her
today and see the
financial
headline
guardian.
that Kevin Hunter
The
was to hear
judge
the
ruled
triumphant
that Wendy's
sounds of
financial
justice being
guardian
served
is not
because we
required
sure
to
do.
resume
Everyone felt
alimony
from the very
payments.
beginning that Kevin's
The
attempt to
request was
extort money
deemed
from Wendy was nothing but a
non-emergent
pathetic
and
and desperate
dismissed
move.
without
And
prejudice.
here's finally the
It
proof.
truly
But will
feels
this
like
be the end of the
justice has
story,
been served.
or does Kevin
From
have
the
some
start,
aces hidden up
many
his sleeve?
believed Kevin's
Because the
attempt to
judge
get
hinted
more
that
money
Kevin
was
still might
desperate
appeal
and
to a higher
unjustified.
court. The
And
article
now there's
stated,
proof.
the sources
But is
revealed
this
earlier this
really
morning
the
that the
end?
judge denied
Or
Kevin's
does he
demand
have
to
more
resume
tricks up his
alimony
sleeve?
payments. Apparently,
The judge
Kevin's
hinted that
continuing the battle
Kevin
for
could
money.
still
Considering
appeal
Kevin's
or take the
statements about
case
being
to
broke and
mediation.
not being able to pay
Given
for
his
his car,
claims of
house, and medical
financial
bills,
hardship,
he even mentioned
struggling
that
to
he has
pay
no
for his
health
home,
insurance.
car,
Apparently,
and
all
medical
the money was
bills
spent
and
on
lacking
Sharina's
health
outfits,
insurance.
jewelry, and
It
hairstyle.
seems he might
But
continue
here
the
comes the
fight.
best part of the story.
Reportedly,
Instead of
much
finding
of
a
his money
job or
was
another
spent
source of
on
income,
Sharina's
Hunter
lifestyle,
didn't think of anything better
clothes,
than spending the
jewelry,
remaining
and
money
more.
on high-value
Here's
lawyers
the ironic
and
part.
suing Wendy for breaching
Instead
their
of finding
settlement
work
agreement.
or
Do
another
you think
income
this is
source,
the end of his
Kevin chose to
atrocities?
spend
Here's
what
more to
little
add.
he had left
He was
on
planning to
expensive
pin these bills on
lawyers,
Wendy as well
suing
because
Wendy for
what else can you
allegedly
expect from a
violating
man
their
who's been
agreement.
leeching off
Do
her
you think
for
this
decades?
is the end of his
But
actions?
guys, Kevin,
There's
you
more.
might be over head
Kevin
and ears
even
in debt
wanted
now.
Wendy
He
to
demands.
cover his legal
We mean
fees,
you mess
but
with
the
your
judge
wife's life
denied
for
that
2
request
decades
too.
and don't have a bit
It's
of shame
almost
as to leave her
unbelievable.
alone after all
Did
the
he
pain is.
really
Did he
expect
really
the court to
expect
side
that
with
his little
him?
trick would
If he
play
keeps
out and the
this
judge
up,
would rule in his
he could
favor?
sink deeper
He
into
might be
debt.
completely mental.
Rumor has it
If he
Sharina
keeps
Hudson
fighting,
may
he's
leave
going to
him
bury
if
himself
he
in
can't
debt even
maintain their
more.
lavish
But judging by his
lifestyle.
recent statements,
After
he
years
has no
of living
choice.
off Wendy's
Word
money,
is on the street that
Kevin may have
Sharina
forgotten
Hudson
what
wants
it
to dump
means
him
to
if he
actually
can't
work.
provide her with the
If you
same
recall their
level of
controversial
luxury.
divorce,
Plus,
Wendy
he is
was
so used to
required to
carelessly
pay
spending
alimony,
Wendy's money even
and
after
she
the divorce
did.
that he might have
Despite
forgotten
knowing
what it
he was
feels like to
supporting
wake up
another
every morning
family,
and go to work.
she honored
If you
the
remember the
agreement.
details of their scandalous
However,
divorce,
the
you
payment
should know
stopped
that
when
Wendy
her
was
show
obliged
ended
to
due to
send
health
Kevin alimony
issues.
checks.
The
And so
Wendy
she did
Williams
every month.
show
The
ran
former TV host
successfully for
repeatedly stated
14
that she held
seasons,
to her
but
part of the settlement
eventually
agreement,
ended,
even
cutting
knowing that
off
Hunter will be
Wendy's
spending her
income.
money on his
While
new
she
family,
remains
Sharina
wealthy,
Hudson, who
the
has been
agreement
his
tied
mistress for
Kevin's
15
payments
years
to her
and their
employment.
illegitimate
With
child.
the show
However,
gone,
what
so
came
were
as a
his
shock
checks.
for both Kevin and
Still,
Sharina that Wendy
Kevin
was
and
not planning
Sharina
to dance to
seemed
their tune
unwilling
and
to
sponsor
accept
their
reality.
lavish lifestyle
They allegedly
forever.
tried
And when
multiple
payments
ways to
abruptly
pressure
stopped,
Wendy,
Kevin Hunter and
public
his boo decided
complaints,
they
social
somehow have
media
the right to
posts,
open their little
and
mouths
even
and
legal
blame
action.
Wendy for breaching the
Despite her
agreement.
fragile health
Apparently,
and
Kevin
financial
didn't read his divorce
guardianship,
papers.
they
As far as we
continued
know, he
blaming her
signed a
for their
contract,
financial
which
problems,
stated that as long as
even
Wendy
though
was
she
doing her
no
TV
longer
show, he
controlled
could
her
get
own
some money from her.
assets.
But guess
Their
what happened? The
persistence
Wendy Williams
shocked
show,
many.
which has been so
Reports
Wendy
say
was not
Kevin
planning
even
to dance
asked
to
the
their
court
tune
to
and sued her
force
for 14
Wendy's
seasons
guardian to
has ended
resume
because of
payments
Wendy's
under
health
their
issues.
agreement.
So,
The audacity
in fact, Wendy
surprised
lost her job and
everyone.
income.
At least the
And
judge
although she
dismissed
is
his
a
demands.
millionaire, that still
After
means
everything
that she
that
may give her
happened,
ex big fat
many feel
nothing.
Kevin should
Checkmate,
have simply
Kevin.
moved on.
But the thought
Public
of
reaction
thousands of
has
dollars
been
being
harsh.
stored on Wendy's
Many
accounts
believe he's
probably
only in this
haunted Hunter and
situation
his side
because
boo
his
Sharina.
easy
They
money
instantly came up
lifestyle
with a series
ended.
of pathetic
Others
ideas
say
on how to
he should
extort
have
more
thought
cash
twice
from Wendy.
before
They didn't even
jeopardizing his
consider
marriage.
her fragile
Some
health
comments
and
online
unstable mental
include,
state, and
he's
kept
broke now that
demanding,
the gravy
threatening,
train
crying in
stopped.
public,
He
throwing
should have
shade
thought
at
about
Wendy
this
via
before
Instagram,
leaving
and
Wendy.
even suing her.
Now
Knowing that
he's
Ms.
begging
Williams was
for
placed
alimony?
under financial guardianship
Unreal.
and had no access to
Still,
her assets,
it
they
might
kept
be too
mentioning
soon
her
to
name in
celebrate.
every statement
The
and
judge
blaming
noted
her
the
for all
case
their
could
financial
still be
misfortunes.
reviewed through
The
arbitration,
audacity of these two
meaning the legal
makes us
battle may
sick.
continue.
We don't know who exactly
Reports
came up
suggest
with the
both
plan to sue
parties will
Wendy,
enter
but it was a
mediation
mistake
over
since
disputes
she's unable to
related
make
to
any
severance
financial
payments
decisions. She
and
has a strong
financial
team of
agreements.
lawyers protecting her
For
funds
now,
from mooches like
we
Kevin
can
and
only
Sharina.
wish Wendy
But even a
Williams
financial
strength
advisor
and
didn't look
resilience,
like much of an
as
obstacle
this
for these two,
situation
the media reported.
may not be over yet. Will Kevin finally accept defeat in Wendy's income? While
But
she
even a
remains
financial
wealthy,
advisor didn't look
the
like,
agreement
let us get
tied
this
Kevin's
straight.
payments
Kevin
to her
actually
employment.
petitioned to demand that
With the
Wendy's
show
guardian
gone,
should resume
so
his
were his
payments.
checks.
Can you imagine
Still,
the boldness
Kevin
of this
and
clown?
Sharina
At
seemed
this point,
unwilling
we
to
are
accept
only
reality.
happy that the
They
judge
allegedly
denied his lame
tried
demands.
multiple ways to
We
pressure
mean
Wendy,
you mess with your
public
wife's life
complaints,
for 2
social
decades
media
and don't have a
posts,
bit of
and
shame as
even
to leave her
legal
alone
action.
after all the
Despite
pain you
her
have
fragile
caused.
health
Fans
and
don't have a
financial
single drop of
guardianship,
sympathy for Kevin.
they
Look
continued
what they say
blaming
about
her for
him
their
on social
financial
media, lame
problems,
demands.
even though
We
she
mean
no
you
longer
mess with your
controlled
wife's
her own
life
assets.
for 2 decades
Their
and don't have a bit of
persistence
shame as
shocked
to leave
many.
her alone after all.
Reports say Kevin even asked the court to force Wendy's guardian to resume payments under their
Do you
agreement.
think this is the end of
The
his
audacity
atrocities?
surprised
Here's more to
everyone.
add. He
At
was
least the
planning to
judge
pin these bills on
dismissed
Wendy
his
as well
demands.
because what else can you
After
expect
everything
from a
that
man
happened,
who has been leeching
many
off her
feel
for
Kevin
decades?
should have simply moved on.
He might have
Public
forgotten what it feels
reaction
like to
has
wake
been
up every
harsh.
morning and go to work.
Many believe
If you
he's
remember the
only in
details
this
of their scandalous
situation
divorce,
because his
you should
easy
know that
money
Wendy was obliged
lifestyle
to send
ended.
Kevin alimony
Others
checks
say
and celebrate
he
Wendy's
should have
victory.
thought twice
Judge mentioned
before
that there was still a
jeopardizing his
possibility
marriage.
for the case
Some
to be
comments
reviewed,
online
which means
include,
Kevin can
"He's
continue
broke
fighting
now
for his
that the
ex-wife's
gravy
funds,
train stopped."
according to the Sun.
He
But it was
should
a
have thought
mistake.
about this
Since she's
before
unable to make
leaving
any
Wendy.
financial decisions,
Now
she has a strong
he's
team of
begging for
lawyers
alimony?
protecting her funds from
Unreal.
mooches like Kevin and
Still,
Sharina.
it might be too
even a
soon to
financial
celebrate.
advisor didn't look.
The
We all
judge
wish
noted the
Wendy
case
Williams
could still be
strength and
reviewed
courage,
through arbitration,
because this battle might
meaning
be
the
a
legal
long
battle
and
may
tough one.
continue.
We all can't
Reports
wait
suggest
for
both
Kevin to
parties
admit
will
his
enter
defeat
mediation
and
over
stop
disputes
exploiting Wendy.
related to severance
But since the
payments
man
and
learned only
financial
one
agreements.
thing in his
For
life,
now,
which is
we
mooching
can
off
only
his
wish
ex-wife,
Wendy
it looks like
Williams
even the
strength and
court's orders are
resilience.
not going to stop
As
him.
this
But will
situation
any judge
may
be
not
ever on
be
his
over yet.
side? What do you
Will
reckon?
Kevin finally
Share your
accept
thoughts in the
defeat
comments or just
or keep
leave a
pushing?
heartfelt message for
Only
Kevin
time will
Hunter.
tell.
And as always,
What do you
make
think?
sure to like this
Share your
video
thoughts
and
below.
subscribe to our
And
channel
don't
if you
forget
want
to
to
like
receive all
and
the breaking news
subscribe
about
for
this
more
drama
updates on this
first.